Go down more.
Yeah.
All right.
Kick us off.
My name is Garrett. I'm an addict.
What's up? My name's Devin. I'm an addict as well, very qualified, just like Garrett.
So, welcome to the podcast. So, I guess we talk about a bunch of different things on this podcast. We're just two guys trying to seek recovery, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But not only that, like this podcast is mainly for for anybody, right? This is all topics of discussion. This isn't just like boom, 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 recovery, right? We will have recovery topics. We will have experience, strength, and hope. But one thing we will have also is like the different opinions and different outlooks on everything that has gone in life. Doesn't matter what it is.
That's right, G. And I'll also add too that, although we do practice personally 12-step programs, some of ours overlap and some of ours, for instance, and I don't think you'd mind with me saying this, but I know, Garrett, you are more of mostly NA, but we see each other in the rooms of HA. We got Narcotics Anonymous, Heroin Anonymous, AA. But just to be clear, our opinions, like Garrett said, these are basically personalities over principles. We're going to talk principles. We just have to kind of make a statement that this doesn't reflect the views of Narcotics Anonymous or Alcoholics Anonymous. We don't speak for them, just as one of the traditions is to keep it out of press, radio, or films. But that's a huge part of our life and story today. So you'll hear us, connecting dots to that avenue, if that makes sense.
So and with also saying that, right? Like, this is not a podcast to where we do not suggest that you stop calling your sponsor, you stop going to meetings. You know what I'm saying? You make this your end all be all, because we are not the solution all the time. I'm telling you. I'm still a human. I am still a whole ass person, as you can see. And I do have defects of character. I do have shortcomings. I don't make the right choices all the time, and that's okay. Right. So I guess where we're going to start at, right? So right before we started, right? I wanted to bring out, the spiritual experience that I had last night, right?
Absolutely. I haven't heard it yet either, so I'm excited.
So for the people that don't know me, right? I have the gods of my understanding, and what I believe in is Norse paganism, right? I'm a heathen through and through. So I believe in Odin, I believe in Thor, I believe in Freya, I believe in Frigg, I believe in Fenrir, Baldur, just all these different,
Is there one called Ragnar?
Ragnarok was the end of the Norse gods. That was the final battle where all the gods died, right?
Oh.
Fenrir ate Odin, shit like that.
Gotcha.
So last night, right? I have this kind of ritual, right? To where before I go to bed, I turn on this certain meditation. It's called Lift. If y'all ever want to check it out, I think it's amazing. If you're not into advanced meditation yet, that's cool. But it's more of an advanced meditation. But it's called Lift. It's by a guy named Paul Santini. He's on YouTube. And it's an hour long, right? But I usually take about 30 minutes of it, right? So that's the beginning of my little ritual, right? I turn on this, I do some deep breathing exercises beforehand, and then it clicks, right? It starts.
Game changer.
And when I do these deep breathing exercises, like on the video, right? Like he counts down from 15 all the way to 1, right? And then it like at about like 9 seconds. No, maybe a little bit earlier than that, like 11 seconds, like the 11th count, I should say. Like you start hearing this repeated drum noise, right? Oh, wow. But it has like a certain frequency to it, right?
Kind of binaural beat style.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it starts there, and then next thing you know, right? Like you're deep breathing the whole time, like 2 sets of breathing, 1 through the stomach, 1 into the chest, and then out, right? And what I always visualize is I breathe in through. I know that you breathe in through the nose, right? But like you breathe in through the stomach, in through the nose to the stomach, breathe back into the chest as your second breath, and then it's all the way out through the feet, right? Imagine like all that air going through your feet, right?
You said there's kind of 2 breaths going in.
So you fill the stomach, then the chest, out through the feet.
To the feet, gotcha.
Right. And like in one way that you can express yourself in like Norse paganism, right? Like how like I want to start doing this more out loud, but I do it more in the head, right, than anything else. So like one way that you do it is like you yell up to the gods, right? And like whoever you want to talk to, you yell at them, right? And you're like, you give your thanks, right?
Right.
And then you ask for what they can provide, right? So like last night I called out to Odin and I was like, man, I said, Odin, I was like, give me insight and wisdom, right? But also give me the strength to be able to walk through what you're going to let me see. So like, as I'm doing this in my head, I'm also breathing and I'm going into this trance. And the next thing you know, I start feeling my body like lift, right, from this meditation, because that's like the purpose of it, right? And so about 30 minutes in, I'm like, okay, right? Well, during this, like how I know that Odin was there, right, was like I seen this crow, right? And like it scared me because like it came out of nowhere and it made this loud noise, right?
Wow.
And like,
that's his symbol.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So like I look and like there's this shape of like of an old man, right? Of a black figure, but an old man. And I'm like, oh fuck, dude, he's here. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like this is game time.
Basically summoned Odin like that shit.
Like he said, I hear you. Right? So I'm watching this and it looks like it's pulsating, right? Because like it's kind of like white. Right, but like
it's just appearing as like a distinct vision type thing,
right?
Where you can actually see a fucking photograph in your mind.
No. Like it was just like a black figure.
Okay.
Right.
Was it in your mind or like on the walls?
Like in my mind.
I got you. Right. Yeah.
So like,
just trying to paint a picture, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was like a white background, but I remember like it was like pulsating, right? And like I could see, like every time that it would pulsate, you just see this black figure of a man, and I'm like, oh fuck. You know, so like I'm sitting there, and next thing you know, I hear like this thunder crash, right? And like it pulsated again. Then there was 2 people, Thor, right? And it was fucking Thor, right? And how I knew is because it started raining profusely, right? So what is
God of lightning, right?
Yeah, thunder. So like. Also, his symbol, right, is like strength, right? Like, so Odin is like the All-Father, right? Like wisdom, knowledge, right?
Gotcha.
Like, and then Thor has strength, right? So like what I represented, right? So what I represented that as is like Odin's about to give me the wisdom. He's going to have Thor beside me, right? To like give me the strength to walk through what I'm about to go through.
For sure to fucking kick that door in and stand on this shit.
Like, I'm going to be here with you the whole time.
Garrett, by the way, is this just my imagination? Because I've had a few visions of gods that have came to me before I knew how to define them. Is there also like a lightning god, or would you say Thor embodies that whole realm?
Well, like if you look at like Greek mythology, Zeus was the god of lightning. like his symbol was the lightning bolt.
I forgot.
You know?
Okay, right.
I can't remember what it was called, but so like at about 30 minutes, right? I turn off that meditation, and then like to combat that meditation, right? To come back and wait for the answer,
Yeah.
right? I turn on a third eye meditation.
Damn.
Right. So like
that gets my freaking wang hard right there. So like third eye late bloomer, bro. But I ate that shit up, man. Like last week's fondue, bro. I swear to God.
So like I turn on this third eye activation meditation on YouTube. Right. And it has like a Buddhist chant to it, right? But it has a certain frequency that it's played on. It's not a binary beat, but technically, but it's a delta wave that's being played. Right?
You got brown noise, white noise, the waves, all that shit, theta waves.
So like this delta noise, if you know anything about the different frequencies, right? So delta is REM sleep. Theta is the in-between state of being awake and being asleep.
Interesting.
And then beta waves is what you hear right now with us.
No shit.
Right? So like, and then, now I could be wrong about this, don't quote me, right? But I think gamma waves is like what you hear on radios, like how we are able to hear radio, right?
Interesting, yeah.
I could be wrong about that.
Basically just different perceptions of your consciousness related to sounds or I guess motion.
Yeah, exactly.
This is bro science, by the way, on my part.
So like I turn on this third eye activation meditation and like I roll over, right? And I have this horrid using dream. Right. So like, and what's funny is that you were in the dream.
Really?
Like I'm not lying about that whatsoever.
Wow.
So like I'm in this bathroom right now. I'm fucking twirling a fucking dope pipe. You know what I mean?
10 to 2.
10 to 2 all day long, right? Like I'm twirling this dope pipe in this dream. And next thing I know, like I'm at recovery house, right?
Oh, yeah.
In the bathroom. Right?
Like Humphrey or
at Humphrey, right? So like I'm sitting here and like I break the pipe and I'm trying to hide it, right?
I already know which bathroom you were in, by the way.
Yeah.
You're in the double mirror.
Yeah. Like I'm
in dark and blue. And
shit. Well, no, not for real. It was like an open bathroom.
Oh, okay,
right?
Got you.
Like I'm breaking this pipe and I'm trying to hide it, right? And like I see you out the corner of my eye. I'm like, "What's up, Devin?" You know what I mean? And then I look and it's not you, right? But I know it was you, right? So like, let's not even look at the using, right? Because like subconsciously, right? There's a deeper meaning than the use of drugs in this dream, right? What was I hiding, right? Like when you look at hiding shit, right? Like you're trying to cover up something or do it on your own.
Right.
Right. Like one of my biggest phrases, you know what I'm saying, is I'm a fucking man. You know what I mean? I'm a fucking man. I can deal with this shit on my fucking own. You know what I mean?
Which we never think of when we say that. It seems like independence and fucking like self-driven. But also when we say we're on our own, it's not a lot different than being in a motherfucking closet or on a mission by yourself, hiding.
Right. So like
solitude.
So like one thing in recovery, right? What I have learned is if I try to hide shit and I don't let people in and I don't fucking communicate with people, I eventually go get high.
Let's go.
Right? So boom, Odin stepped in. He's like, I'm gonna show you some shit, man. And I woke up this morning, I was fucking just dreading life. I'm like, why do I keep having these using dreams? You know what I mean? But if I look at the reoccurring, because this is like the fourth one in a row.
Interesting.
Right?
By the way, I've had him probably 4 nights this week as well, which is weird. They stopped for like 6 months. Dude, lately it's all the time, and I'm always thinking about getting back to the houses to get a drug test or something, even as a manager, like fucking, and sometimes it's drugs I don't even really do. It might be I fucking somehow drink some alcohol or a lot of meth and shit like that. Maybe there's a girl that I want to hook up with, but it's always there's other people around. See, in my dreams, just a sidebar, we'll go back to the story, like, I have a theory and a dream that, like, first off, in the afterlife, I believe that whatever type of energy that we're living in, if we die abruptly, basically, that's sort of the half lucid dream that you're stuck in for the rest of your life. So when people talk about heaven and hell, right? What is heaven?
I mean, are you looking at like a Christian standpoint or just heaven in general?
Just for the average Joe, what do you think of when you hear of heaven? Like
golden roads, fucking glory, everlasting life,
right?
You know,
happiness. Exactly. And with hell,
damnation. You know, fucking misery.
Yes. So when what I'm thinking is like, say a person maybe commits suicide, right? And I'm not, for anyone that's lost somebody, I'm not putting ideas in your head about that person, but you know, it might be like being stuck in a nightmare for the rest of your life because you died in agony, sort of like when you go to dreams scared or whatever. And on the flip side, if you're at peace with yourself and you've actualized and you're actually living the life of your dreams and you're serene and happy where, you know, you could die doing what you love. If a car hit me tomorrow, if a bus hit me tomorrow, I might be in sort of like a lucid dream that's positive.
Right.
Now, the difference is what's scary for me lately is some of the dreams that I have, whether they're good and bad, a lot of times they're mixed, is my consciousness is sort of on autopilot. In other words, I can control things in my dream, but in the dream, I think it's reality. I don't look at it like a lucid dream. So I don't realize, oh shit, most of the time that I'm dreaming and I could jump as high as I want or fucking flip this script to good. I've had that, but usually it's just I'm on an autopilot and I'm thinking, oh, I got high, but I'm fucked. I have a drug test coming up and da-da-da. There's a girl I want to have sex with, but there's too many people in the rooms. What I've realized is over the last couple of years since my third eye open is that I have this same landscape that I go to in my dreams almost every time. Every time now. The difference is that I look at it like I'm in hell. It's this fucking trailer park / little town that's in the middle of woods surrounding it, but there's like a town, there's like a local small buildings, there's a bunch of gravel roads, trailers and stuff like that. And I think because all the years I lived in active addiction and instant gratification, I'm going to a dream place to where there's a fuck ton of sins around you, options of fucking vices you can do, getting high, having sex, all this crazy shit, bro. But there always ends up running from some gunshots or not being able to quite hook up with the girl because there's a bunch of other people in the room that want to fuck her, or you get the drug, but the rig is fucking bent up and shaped like a question mark. So it's like, in my mind, that's a level of hell. The hell is not horrible and deep because sometimes I get some shit off in the dream.
Right.
That's all I'm getting at, man. Thanks for listening to my tangent. I think the better we get with ourselves, though, you know, the dreams might get better. We might unlock a new, more positive level.
Well, it's like, you know, like you said earlier, you know, like when you die and you go into that dream state or something like that, right? Like if you look at energy, right? I mean, this is a whole different rabbit hole in itself. Like energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can only be transferred.
Right.
Right. So if I was to hit this, exactly.
Something
energy just fucking it flows. Right.
Right.
Like, hey, fun fact, did you know they actually have statistics on this, right? If I was to slap my hand on this table, right, you know there is a 1 in like a billion chance of my hand going through the table. But I would have to hit it at the same like pressure every single time. That's 1 in a billion chance that the molecules,
like it wouldn't just break it, like you could actually
go through
fucking
matrix
through
it.
Wow.
Because like the molecules, right, that are like, for people that don't know, like everything has molecules, right? So like we are literally a bunch of molecules put together and hardened into a certain form to equal certain things, right?
What a potion that is, man.
Right.
Man.
So like, and this is nothing but molecules put together, formed into a hardened substance.
I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
So like 2 molecules hitting each other, right? They don't know why, but like if I was to hit this the same amount of times, 1 in a billionth of a chance or something like that, right? Quote unquote, don't fact check me. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Right. There's a chance though.
Yeah, there's a chance that my hand would just straight to the table. Insane.
Do you think that chance increases if somebody's on a spiritual higher plane?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, dude, like there was a study, there was a bunch of scientists that went to like a fucking monastery, a Buddhist monastery, and like gave like the fucking master or like the head Buddhist monk, like the most purest high grade LSD, right? and was like, hey, would you care to take this? And this is supposed to help you reach enlightenment really quick.
It's like in Thailand or something.
And like,
crazy.
dude, they fucking dosed him after dosed him after dosed him, and he just laughed. And like, we don't understand.
He wouldn't get it. He did not get a buzz.
Yeah, he was like, they were like, we don't understand. Like, why doesn't this work? He's like, dude, I see this every day.
Damn, dude.
He's like, all right, did you do all that? Like,
it seemed like if I remember the same thing. For some reason, this reminds me of the Gospel of Thomas, but it's not. Either way, dude, it's like they gave him a fuck ton of a dose that just anybody else it would have
fucking fried him.
Crippled. Yeah, perma fried
him, and then fucking was like just laughed about it.
He was like a guru type dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I've watched so many meditational videos that it's not even funny, dude.
Well, I didn't mean to cut you off earlier. So before we went down this rabbit hole, Garrett, it seemed like you were talking kind of from your spiritual experience and the gods of your understanding. We got somehow to the conversation about your dreams. So after those images that you described came into your mind's eye, whatever you want to call it, your spirit, you shut the meditation off about 30 minutes. Did you continue to deep breathe after that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Is it something you have to really consciously make yourself do that box or whatever you call it, the in through your...
Well, so where I actually learned that type of breathing from was Wim Hof. Have you ever heard of Wim Hof?
Not sure.
Oh my God, dude. So this German dude, right? His name is, I think his last name is Wim Hof.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Shout out to the Germans.
Like, dude, so this man broke science. Broke it. Doesn't make any human sense or logical explanation on how he does the things he does. Goes to the Arctic glaciers and swims for 20, 30 minutes.
Damn.
Type shit.
What a savage. He's like a philosophical science guy?
No.
Oh, okay.
He does this breathing technique.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Wow.
In through the nose, into the stomach, into the chest, and out. But he does it rapidly, right? Wow. Because like so back to energy, right?
Yeah.
So like, where is the hottest point on your body?
I don't know.
Chest. The chest. If you can warm the chest, you can warm the rest of the body. Why?
Maybe because it's your core. You think of like the core of the earth.
The heart pumps so much blood, right? It pumps blood to everything in your body, right? So like when you start doing that and your heart rate increases, right?
Yeah. So
like it pumps and pumps and pumps.
Just like friction. When things are moving fast, it heats up microwaves, everything.
So like he did this, right? Like it's fucking insane, dude. Like, so this Wim Hof practice, right? Like he teaches classes on this shit, dude. And it's so like he literally says we get high on our own supply.
Wow.
So like what they do is they bend over like this and they do this breathing technique for like 5 to 10 minutes, dude. And then they lift up, and they breathe in, and they hold it, right? And it shoots a blast of DMT from the bottom of the spinal cord to the brain.
Wow.
Because the body produces natural DMT.
Yeah.
What do you think the dream state is around?
Right. And then it's naturally in our bodies when we die, have a near-death dimethyltryptamine.
Yeah. Like, so like this.
Imagine doing that in the Arctic, by the way.
Oh my
the breath
God,
is fucking,
dude.
that chill where you...
Like, it's fucking insane. Like, it's insane. And dude, they've had people just like, they have literally had so many people have these natural spiritual experiences that have changed their life.
That's why I think we need to go try out one of those float tanks.
Right. Absolutely. I've heard about that. Me and my sponsor were just talking about that yesterday.
Really? We can go for like $50, dude, $40.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be it reminds me of the DMT or thing you mentioned just now, because it's like one of the closest, highest spiritual experiences you can have sober. You know, you're like weightless and shit.
No.
Joe Rogan style, you know?
No. Have you ever heard of cryotherapy?
Yes.
Dude, that shit's fucking dope as fuck too.
Is that what's
so
like
good for your muscles?
The cold and heat and shit?
Fucking -100 and something.
Yeah.
For like 2 minutes.
And then there's also one that I just learned of. I always think of cryo and the float tank going hand in hand. Like the other one that they have at this little spa in St. Louis is called like something like red light therapy, dude. I used to sleep at my dad's house, and they had basically some turtle tanks, some sea turtles. And apparently you have to buy it. It's not just like a red light bulb you would get at the party store.
Yeah.
It's like an actual red light fucking emitting light that's really dark, deep red, very neat looking. And it would have the water running from the turtle tanks. I didn't know this at the time that apparently it has healing good properties.
Really?
Fun fact, the cats meow as well as a self-soothing thing that calms them down with the energy, or a purr, excuse me. That
Really?
it resets their chi type shit. But anyways, this turtle light, this red light, bro, is like, I noticed, even though I was in meth psychosis and shit there, I noticed every time I would sleep on their couch, bro, with the turtle tank and that deep red light with all the lights out, bro. I woke up and it felt like it put me in the most serene, calming, best night of sleep you've ever had, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I can only imagine what the red light therapy would be like. If it's anything close to that, you know.
Right. I really wonder that too. That's very interesting. Like, dude, there's so many. Like, dude, have you ever heard of a silent retreat?
Yes, my ex-sponsor who actually died and committed suicide, his dad taught Johnny Cash how to play guitar and shit. Dude was an inventor for the military, had a high security clearance. Shout out to Tony C. from Vicksburg. But bro, he did a 2-week long, I think, Jesuit retreat where they basically took a vow of silence. He went with his brother. There was a bunch of like monk type dudes, priests, you know.
Eat nothing but beets and shit, dude. Like, dude, that fucking shit is, dude, I've heard nothing but great things about it. I've always wanted it. They had this fucking retreat out in Georgia.
Well, like I said about you, you know, the master of the pause. Sometimes the best notes we play that we can play is the ones we don't play.
Yeah.
We've never, it's just like people that become ketogenic and stop eating bread and sugar and all of a sudden they get a carb flu. We've never in our life not had bread or not spoke. So I can only imagine the purge of that, what it would do to your mind and your spirit. Like,
oh, man, dude, the things that
hold your tongue.
Possibilities, you know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
But we're going to definitely have to continue this another day.
Well, and you want to tell everybody in closing why? Because I like that we're at 27 minutes, bro. It's our first real podcast, which we might upload the little demo one we did the other day. Now that we can upload videos. This is live, though, today on March something.
March
probably
5th.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I'm happy that we went almost 30 minutes. And
absolutely.
What do you got going on today?
I got to meet up with a sponsee of mine. My very first sponsee ever. Talk about a game changer.
So cool, man.
Like, for everybody that
who's calling, by the way.
Who's out there that is seeking recovery, wants recovery, you can always come to this podcast. It'll probably be shot 2 days a week.
Definitely.
We're still going to come up with the days. We're still trying to come up with the name of the podcast. We definitely got to check it out, but it's definitely in the works. Thank y'all for joining in. I really appreciate it.
And if you guys ever have any ideas for names, just remember you're sort of part of this culture we're building together. So it's a grassroots thing. I love you, buddy. It's always nice talking to you.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Good night, guys.